This is the second video concerned on the operations of fractions. In the previous video, we were able to discuss the practice exercises found in practice exercise A found in lesson number 3. For this video, this is concerned on the demonstrations and discussions of the items found in practice exercise B concerned on subtractions of fractions. Let us share, let us see the material already opened in the Kotobee Reader application software. So we are not going to talk again about the items here, but we will concern immediately on practice exercises B. Practice exercise B is concerned on the subtraction of fractions, just like this. So these 4 problems are already presented in the next window. I will open the Paint application software right now. This one. Okay. So these are the items found in practice exercise B. So before we will proceed with operating them, again, similar to the integers, if there are some ways or possibilities that we could transform the subtraction into an addition operation, we will let's do it, because it's easier to look at addition than subtraction, especially when we deal with multiple negative signs. Okay, even the best of the best, if they are going to rush things up, they will still get incorrect or they will make errors. So for number 1, let's copy it here. So number 1 is concerned with 3/5 minus -7/5. Same as addition of integers. The first thing to consider when we subtract same with addition of fractions, I mean, in subtracting fractions, we need to consider similarity of fractions. Similarity can be given to us by the denominators of the fractions involved. So in this case, in number 1, both denominators are 5. In short, they are similar fractions. So when we deal with similar fractions, we simply copy the denominator and we simply operate the numerator. Copy them. You have 3 minus -7. Again, even if they are already in fraction form, look at the numerator. It's still the process of addition or subtraction of integers. So always go back and review how do we subtract integers. In this case, for number 1, we apply here the double negative property of numbers. If we have two negative numbers written side by side, we can combine them and make it into one positive or one addition process. So this will become 3 plus 7 over 5. Okay, so operate them. 3 plus 7 is 10 over 5. Simplify further, because this is going to still be simplified as part of our rules. If we have fractions, stay as fractions. If we have improper fractions, stay as improper fractions. And number 3, the most important one, if we can simplify, we need to simplify. So we need to simplify this. 10 is 2 times 5. 5 is 1 times 5. So you have 2 over 1 as your answer. But again, any number with denominator 1 is the number itself. 2 over 1 is not the is part of the process of simplifying this fraction, but it's not the final simplified form. The simplified form is now equal to 2. This tells us that addition or subtraction of fractions also doesn't have closure property. We are operating fractions, but our answer becomes an integer. So it doesn't have any closure property. Again, closure property is the property that tells us that if we're going to pick two elements of the same set and operate them, the result should, if the result is still part of that same set, that's the closure property. In this case, we have two fractions members of the set of fractions, but when we operate them, the result is an integer, a member of a different set. In short, subtraction of fractions and even addition of fractions has no closure property. Number two, we have here negative 1/6 minus negative 3/4. Again, we need to consider similarity. We could choose 12 because 6 can be um, 12 is a multiple of 6. Also, 12 is a multiple of 4. In getting to 12 from 6, we multiplied by 2. So our numerator will also be multiplied by 2. In getting to 12 from 4, we multiplied by 3. We need also to multiply the numerator by 3. Now that they are similar, we copy the denominator and we simply operate the numerators. So we have here negative 2 minus negative 9. Before we compute the result, again, another double negative property is found here. So this would be result into negative 2 plus 9 all over 12. So negative 2 plus 9, it's now a process of integers again. So the answer for that is 7 over 12. Again, no need to express it in decimal notations. That is our final answer. Moving forward to number 3. So you have 7 halves minus negative 2. We could express negative 2 as a fraction of denominator 1. So you have negative 2 over 1. Make the two fractions similar. We will use denominator 2. So we still have 7 here, and we have negative 4. Okay. Then we copy the denominator, and we operate the numerator following the operations of integers. So you have you have 7 minus negative 4. Another double negative property is found here. So we will have an expression equivalent to 7 plus 4 all over 2. 7 plus 4 is 11, and then you copy the denominator to 11 halves. No need for it to be changed into a mixed fraction. Stay as improper lang po. Yan lang po yung final answer natin. Okay, so in numbers 1, 2, and 3, we notice that we have been applying the concept of double negative property. Let us try to find out what is the thing to be applied for number 4. So 3, negative 3 minus 4 fifths. We could express negative 3 as negative 3 over 1 to make it a fraction minus 4 fifths. Make the fraction similar with denominator 5. So you have here negative 15 and you have here 4. Now that they are similar, let's break this. We could copy the denominator and operate the numerator only. So you have negative 15 minus 4. For this problem, we are not yet done. For this problem, there might be a misconception again on the term taking away. Diba? Kasi pag sinabi ng subtraction, taken away yan eh. Baka kasi magkamali kayo dito, we have negative 15, natatanggalan nyo ng 4, liliit yung negative. Hindi po. We need to use here the rule of successive alternate sign because that is positive 4 and change and interchange the operations. So you have here still over 5. Instead of that expression, instead of subtraction, change it to plus negative 4. Yeah, negative 15 plus negative 4, which is actually easier to look at than the previous expression. So for that, you have here 5. Negative 15 plus negative 4 becomes negative 19 over 5. So again, um, it's already in fractions, but we are still using the rules of science, the properties used in discussing addition operations on integers, because the numerators of the fractions here will always go back to integers. Okay, this is the second video. Um, as mentioned during integers, if there are possible ways for a subtraction to be transformed into addition, please do it to make it easier. No need to rush things up. This is mathematics. Do it step by step. Hopefully, you've learned. Thank you. Goodbye.